Tune in to the Mack Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mack Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there.
It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show.
Sitting at home or you in your car. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mack Man Morning Show.
It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show.
Sitting at home or you in your car. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. No matter if you get far. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. You better tune in quick or you might just miss. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. The best show this side of the sea. It's the Mack Man Morning Show.
It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show. It's the Mack Man Morning Show.
And good morning to everyone. Good morning. This is and Grand Rising. Let me say that before Brother Lee say he's gonna need some bail money. It is Friday, folks. It is Friday. End of the week. Thank God it is Friday. We are here this morning having some technical difficulties with StreamYard. Okay, I shouldn't have said their name, but we're having some difficulties right now. I said what I said. Our chief correspondent is here with me trying to help me out here. Good morning to all of you listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. I told everybody where to be at. I gave them all that they needed. So Brother Lee should be here shortly. Hello. Well, good morning to everyone. Welcome. WKRA has just popped on. Hello, WKRA. How are you? That's Raven Archery. We need to talk, Miss Archery. I got some information that I need to pass on to you. I didn't mean to say it over the air, but if you can give me some indication that you received that message, I needed to make sure that went across. Good morning to everyone in the wonderful city of Holly Springs, Mississippi. Russ College is over there and everything. Did I get that right, WKRA? Let me know now. I had to make sure that I get that institution of higher learning. I had to make sure that I'm in the right ballpark. If you can put in the private area right there where we did, that is Russ College. Okay, and so I need to talk to you.
Everybody stand by. I think James Mill is still experiencing some technical difficulties. And I would like to say good morning to everybody. TGIF, everybody. It's finally Friday. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I'd like to say good morning to everybody in our chat and to everybody that's listening to us. And good morning to everybody that's listening to us at WKRA 92.7 on your listening dial. Hello, 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 hello. And we're gonna finish our series that we've been talking about all week. We've been talking about really the 7 stages of grief and how everybody is feeling and about this election. And James and I talked this morning, and he promised that this will be the last day that we mope and groan and give up. It's not so much that we're moping, but we're concerned about how our country is going to go. But one thing I want to tell everybody, we survived this administration once before, and even though he didn't know what he was doing, it still was a clown show. And so God have us, and we'll survive it again. And so I want everybody to be confident that everything is going to be all right. Although we feel like we don't have as many guardrails as we had in the first administration, we still going to have some guardrails. And the people that this guy is nominating, the Congress don't seem like they're all on board. So we're going to just take this ride with him, and we're going to do what we can to survive uh, the administration, and just get ourselves together and do what we have to do to make this work out for us. And James, are you back with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you sound fine, James.
Okay, I had to. I don't know what's wrong with my audio. It was something that was wrong. You're doing a wonderful job. Forgive me, everyone, for all that. Go ahead, continue with what you were saying. Go ahead.
Well, I was just letting the audience know that we're going to be able to survive this fiasco that the American public put us in. They put us in a bind, and they put us between a rock and a hard spot. But hey, we've had hard times before, and
Yeah.
we know how to endure this. And so we're not gonna cry, and we're not gonna complain. But what we will do is we're gonna roll up our sleeves, and we're gonna come up with a plan, and we're gonna get through this together. That's all I was
Yes,
telling
ma'am.
everybody.
Well, I thank you very much. Well, that's good information. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. Good morning. All the gremlins are gone. I got rid of all of the pests that were messing with us. And, sometimes you got to break out the raid. Well, a lot of people don't know what raid is. You youngsters don't know what that is. We used to have the raid that we had to pump the thing, and it had the spigot to hold the roast spray in the bottom of it, and you had this pump, and you had to pump and spray in the car. Well, that was way back in. Y'all don't know nothing about all that. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. It is right now. We're experiencing some cooler temperatures today, and it's a wonderful day outside with the sun shining in the region. We're at in the mid 40s right now, and it's real cool. And you know that it is fall. You look outside and you'll see the frost and all those other things are falling, as they say. So we'd like to welcome all of you that are here. Right now, it is 47 in Oxford. It is 48 right now in Olive Branch and in South Haven, and it is 48 degrees at WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Oh, yeah, that's a great place to be. I'd like to say good morning to all of you that are here, that are in the chat. I'd like to say good morning to all of our listeners. Thank you all for supporting Mack Man After Dark. I heard that we experienced that it was wonderful. We'd like to salute Ryan and all those that, Ryan, I said what I said to fabulous host on the evening show. It's something that a little bit different that it'll give you so that you'll have an experience of a lifetime. They had a wonderful discussion, and it was really interesting. And you ought to do the replay. You can go back and get the replay of what they were talking about. You had a pretty good show last night, Miss. I said what I said, or Sister. I said what I said. I had to make sure that it's right. Brother Lee is here. Woo! I knew I needed you, Lee. After I said Sister, I said what
Right.
I said. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
because
I'm
I'm finna get
listening.
you, James. I'm getting
I
ready to
hear
get you.
you.
I
Well,
do
that's a
not
wonderful.
know. I do not know when I received all these handles, but I guess y'all feel like I guess y'all
Okay.
want to do all of that. So I'll go ahead and take it. So it could be miss or sister or whatever you guys want to say. But I appreciate that. Thank you. We tried very hard last night, and we did. We had a nice time. last night on the show, and I'm very proud of how it went last night.
Yes. Well, that's good. That's great. I mean, it was really wonderful. Good morning to Brother Lee, our chief contributor of the Mack Man Morning Show. Good morning to you. I mean, good grand rising, grand rising. I don't want to go to jail or nobody going to prison or nothing like that. Grand rising on this wonderful Friday to you, Brother Lee.
Hello, Brother Lee.
Hey, how's everybody? I assume everybody is good. And
Yeah, everybody's good.
yeah, I assume everybody's good. And let's
Okay.
get started.
Ooh, you mean we can see? I knew I had to straighten that out because we have been having some wonderful discussions this week. With I said what I said, our chief correspondent and Brother Lee, our chief contributor, and we fired up a conversation. And I got to the point. I said, "Okay, James, now you gotta stop this. You know, people are emotional. They trying to get themselves together. Yeah, the shock is there, but you can't don't rub your finger in the wound of a person. Don't do all that like I told you so, or did we not tell you about Project 2025 and all the things that could happen if the man with the orange makeup made it in?" Well, I thought about something, and I'm going to bring this to you this morning just to kick this off because there's something else I want to talk about too. I said what I said. Our chief correspondent relayed something that I think that we need to have as part of our inspiration. Put it that way: information and inspiration here on the Mack Man Morning Show. Let me say this here, and I mean this with all my heart. We have a great opportunity as a people to help shape society again. And I'm not saying perfect. I'm not saying that we will be ever treated like equals. I don't know at this point. I don't know what that would be, but that doesn't matter. I know who I am, and I know where I stand, and nothing and nobody is going to take that away from me from being who I am. I'm here. You can do anything you want to do with this body. I know my soul is right. I know that my soul is fixed. I know that there was a song I was listening to. I had to bring this in because I am a spiritual man. I'm a spiritual man because I believe that Jesus Christ is my Savior. Yes, I do believe this. I heard a song of a brother of mine that wrote this song and sang this song, him and his brother Kevin Yancey, the late great Marvin Yancey. Marvin Yancey used to be married to Natalie Cole, and but he was a preacher, and I knew him in church circles, and I knew his production value. But he came up with this song, and I ain't got a WKRA to put it in. I wanted them to. I should have told them earlier, and it's called "Sign Me Up for the Christian Jubilee." Write my name on the roll. I've been changed since he's lifted me. I want to be ready when he comes. And I thought about that, and there's other things that I could say, but this is not a religious program. I'm not doing this for church wise. This is broadcast news, information, commentary, commentating, also, and review of things that are happening in and around and about us. We have church and wonderful religious programs on this station that will satisfy you on WKRA. Even got Brown Baptist on there, Pastor Bartholomew Orr. Good morning to you, sir. That's one of my dear friends. We got to get ourselves together. And I'm not going to take the air out of the room. I just want to say that. Wipe your tears from your eyes. Blow your nose. Wash your face. Get yourself together. Brothers and sisters, keep your head up. Don't hold your head down. There were some situations that happened during this week. Somebody called a person the N-word in the subway in Chicago, right there under the tunnel downtown. This guy felt, he was a Caucasian gentleman, felt that he could call this lady out of her name a black, ugly B N-word. And the brother politely took it. I got to get it because Brother Roland Martin has it. Brother Roland Martin, happy birthday to my broadcast brother. Brother Roland Martin, happy birthday to you, sir. And I hope you're enjoying it. But he had a good program on, and that man took his glasses off. Brother took his glasses off, rubbed his beard, tried to hold on and think about, hey, should I knock all of next week out of this man, or should I just go on and mind my business, as he insulting this sister on the subway trying to go to work and calling her all out of her name. He had enough and knocked the man almost to the third rail. If you know anything about the subway, the L in Chicago and New York or wherever they got mass transit under the ground, you know they got a third electrical rail. You hit that rail, you're through. Man could have been brought up on murder charges or something because of his color. Not to say that the man was insulting everybody. And some of the people that looked like him were embarrassed. They held their heads down because this was happening. That's not just that instance. It was another instance where a group of friends were getting together and the boy got mad and had a hat on that says, Make America Great Again, and called the young man all out of his name, the N-word everywhere. And they knocked the living daylights out of him. I'm not a member of an advocate of violence or anything like that, but watch what you're saying out there, America. Watch how you're handling it. It's not our fault that you've been lied to. It's not our fault that you're getting ready to experience. I'm talking about poor white folks and poor middle class people that they call it. Ain't gonna be no more middle class when this man gets in. That's why we're trying to prepare you now to get yourself together. Wipe your face, wipe your tears, stop whining and hollering, and let's come up with a solution. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to break early, and I'm going to turn the panel all the way loose. It's your show. These two, I'm turning Brother Lee and Sister, I said what I said loose after I come back off of this commercial right here. I ain't going to be long. I'm going to play these here, and we're going to go on about our business. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. We're blowing our nose and wiping our eyes and getting ourselves together, but we'll be back with a little bit more after this.
Tune in to the Mack Man Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the Mack Man Morning Show, Mondays through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. Man, get you some on WKRA 92.7 FM. Man, beat me there. Don't meet me there. If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Yeah, I think we need to go to Reds too and have a good time. We're here. We're back. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. Good morning to good grand rising to all of you that are here with us. Everybody that's in the chat, we'd like to say hello to all of you all that are listening on our radio frequency all over North Mississippi and even dipping around some other places also. Good morning to all of you in the Delta that just so happened to get our signal somehow out there in the Delta around down Batesville, Quitman County. Like to say good morning to Ida. Ida, good morning. She listening, y'all. She paying attention. She said, boy, you've been clowning and fussing and carrying on. And somebody said real talk. Okay. That means I talk too much. But I said what I had to say. I want our panel to come. I said what I said, our chief correspondent and Brother Lee, our chief contributor. And we're going to just talk about this for a little bit before we go to our 50 mark on that mark. And we're going to talk about something that was sent to me by our chief correspondent. I said what I said. But right now, I had my say. Now I'm going to listen and pay attention to what our panel has to say. Go ahead, you all.
Well, I would just like to say, piggyback off of what you said. It's time for us to stop. To get out of this. I call it a funk, because sometimes you can get bogged down, and you can get you can be stressed out, and you can be sad about your situation. And a lot of times, we don't have control of what's going on uh, within our lives. I really feel like God wanted us to go through this, because I feel like America need a wake up call. Everybody is kind of walking around in sleep state, in sleep mode, and I believe this administration is going to really wake America up and have everybody to, use their thinking caps. Yeah, we may have not liked the way government was going. It was kind of stagnant. A lot of people feel that government wasn't really helping them in their lives. But I got some news for you. Government is here to assist us. It's not there to take care of us. And sometimes we can be too dependent upon somebody else to handle our problems. Government is just the entity for us to make it and to go where we're trying to go, and really to try to keep us safe. They're there for guardrails for corporations, to make sure the food that you eat, the water that you drink, and really the electricity that you use, really just safety measures, all for so that we all can be safe and live a productive life. Now, what you do in your life is really contingent upon you. What life is all about, what you make out of it. And sometimes you have to make lemonade out of the lemons that's been dealt to you. And sometimes you have to figure out a plan with the hand that you've been dealt with. And life is not going to be a bowl of roses. We're not going to always have our way. But one thing we can do, we can't change the past, but we definitely can change the future. So we can come up with a plan of how we're going to survive this administration, and come up with a plan to change the administration. Because, yes, the Republicans do have the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court, as well as the executive branch. But that doesn't have to, it's, that James was talking about church songs, and I got a song that I like, that trouble don't last always, and it don't. And so sometimes you have to go through some trouble in order for you to come out on the other side shining. And that's what I have to say about it.
Well, sound pretty good, sister. My ears are up like a German Shepherd. Here's the thing. Now, tough times don't last. That's very true. We do. We tough. Tough times don't last. Here's the thing. We mourn more for this than we did for relatives. We need to stop quit. We need to quit it. Come on, stop playing. Stop playing. Your grandma died. You mourned for a few days, and then you went about your business. Your best friend died. Yeah, you mourned, and then you got out of that funk. You went to work the next day. So you need to stop it. Nobody's died here. It's like you giving up. Come on now, stop it. Black folks talking about they ain't seen nothing like this. Yes, you have. Yesterday, last week, last year. We've seen it all the time. White folks, Caucasians haven't seen it, but we've seen it. Hispanics ain't seen it. We've seen it. They haven't gotten it like us. So we can either stop crying, stop acting a fool, Stop pretending that this is the worst thing we've ever faced. No, it hasn't. We got a history of facing nonsense, racism, all it is. Brother James was talking about somebody got called the N-word on the train. I get called that all the time. I gotta keep my fist balled up. So this ain't Donald Trump ain't started nobody to call nobody the N-word. This has been happening all the time. Yes. So we need to stop this nonsense and get to working on what we need to do. We pretend that everybody's mourning and grinding. It's so high. Everything's so high. I don't know what's going to happen next. Well, it happens all the time. Stop it. Stop it. Don't leave the Democratic Party. Okay, you got to leave and go where? It's like running away from home. Where you going from there? Got to figure out, got to have a plan. You don't run away from home and then get out in the street and say, dang, what the hell did I do? Well, you got to figure things out before you get out there. Have a plan, or you plan to fail if you don't have a plan. And that's the thing, we sit on this radio station and we moan and groan and talk about stuff, and we got no solutions, but we got plenty of people to talk about the problem. We built on problems. This society is built on problems, not solutions. We used to be a solution-based people. We invented most of these inventions that they got today.
But don't you think that we serve a purpose for making sure that what we're doing and how we're doing it is?
Absolutely not.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is this. There were very few media outlets back in the 50s to 30s and things like that,
Yes,
other than
we
the
had our
Chicago
own media
Defender.
outlets.
Okay,
We had
this
the
is what I'm
Chicago
saying. Don't knock
Defender. We had
the media, the black media. That's what it is. Oh, the media.
Yes, we had
Yeah,
our
go ahead.
own media. We had our own way to get the word out. Come on, now, stop it.
Yeah,
We
just
need
like
to stop this
WKRA.
nonsense. We got social media, but we don't use it like it's supposed to be used. We whine a lot. Everybody's whining. Everybody's they're crying. Stop crying. Let's get in a solution. We talking about social media, don't they quit and don't they got a purpose? Hell no, not the way they doing it now. Social media is entertainment. That's it. There's no problem solvers out there. If it was, we'd be solving problems. It wouldn't be a lot of issues. We talk about them. It's good entertainment. We need to start doing something. This is nonsense. Come on now. We are better people than this. We sit there, we talk, we got so much. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. When we do a greeting to each other, you know what? When you meet somebody, they say, how's it going? They tell you about their problem. They tell you about their problem before they tell you about a solution that they have solved. They tell you about something they have done. They tell you about the problem they have ran up against. The kids is doing this is doing that doing that. They don't like the firemen. They don't like the policemen. They don't like the food they ate yesterday. They got problems. They talk about problems, no solutions. Nobody's talking about the blessing they had before they went to bed. They talking about the problem they had before they wake up with a problem. Don't say thank the Lord. But they wake up and thank him. And then you'll feel better. And then you can tackle these problems with some solutions and stop whining. Let's get strong. Let's do like our parents did, our forefathers and great-great-grandparents, man. I mean, they were slaves and they was talking about, hey, let's get this thing together because we was oppressed a long time ago and still oppressed now.
Yes, sir.
So these problems that we have had these problems all the time. Donald Trump didn't bring problems with him. He brought them for everybody now, except the wealthy. The wealthy are going to do better. But Donald Trump ain't the problem. We are, because we got to build ourselves for these storms. And if we build ourselves for these storms, it don't matter what storm come along, we going to survive, not just survive. See, we got to stop this surviving. We got to thrive. That's the thing. We always talk about, well, we gonna survive till we die. No, we have to thrive. We have to start thriving, not just surviving. And that's what I gotta say.
All right, I said what I said. I want to say to you that and not saying it in a sympathetic manner. I wanted to bring the point out that we have, as a people, Brother Lee brought this out well. We're in the condition, and we're more conditioned than those that this thing is getting ready to happen. And I was talking, and we're going to talk about this, about something that should really excite all of us. And I'm going to change the dynamic of the conversation for a second. I want to play this right now while I got it on my heart. We're going to do this, and it's going to bring in something that's a positive ring on. And I want you to pay attention to the location. I want you to pay attention to where it happened, where this particular incident happened. And we're going to talk about it on the other side, about something that's going to inspire you and give you information. Watch this here on the other side. We'll talk about it.
103 years after the Tulsa Race Massacre, the city of Tulsa elects its first black mayor, that being current state representative Monroe Nichols. And News 4's John Hayes made the trip up the turnpike to talk to Nichols all about the historic shoes he's filling. John.
Austin, since 1898, before the time of colored photos, no person of color has stepped into this nonpartisan role. It's a responsibility Nichols tells me he's taking very seriously.
The next mayor of the city of Tulsa, Monroe Nichols!
A history-making moment Tuesday night. Tulsa Mayor-elect Monroe Nichols is still taking in, joining us to talk about the weight of it all over Zoom after a busy past few days. He beat his opponent, a Tulsa County Commissioner, by more than 13,000 votes.
I'm not sure that it's sank in yet, to be totally honest.
From Colonel Edward Calkins in 1898 to G.T. Bynum in 2016, every single mayor elected in the city, a few of them winning re-election, have been white.
This yes to Monroe also means so much to Greenwood, a district in this city that's dealt with over a century of trauma.
The 15th mayor of Tulsa, T.D. Evans, a white man, served as Greenwood burned in 1921. Forever known to Oklahoma and the nation as the Tulsa Race Massacre.
In 1921, Greenwood got burned down and then it got rebuilt.
7-year-old Honor Rose is just beginning to learn about the atrocity. Her mom, Star, owns businesses in the district and says she's trying to teach her daughter why Monroe's win means so much.
I casted my vote for a young man who 100 years ago would have never been able to have the opportunity to put his hat in the ring.
Seeing Monroe Nichols get elected, what does that mean to you?
It makes me feel great.
I think about all the great black Tulsans who rolled through here and did amazing things.
He has high expectations for what he'll accomplish while honoring the doors they've opened.
Taking pretty quick action in the structure of the mayor's office on homelessness, on improving student outcomes, and on public safety.
It's music to the ears of current Tulsa School Board President Stacy Woolley and former superintendent of the school district, Deborah Gist.
All of the variables that are outside, all of the societal issues that our kids face every single day, he understands those.
You need a city that works so collaboratively with your school system and with higher education to ensure success for all.
And remember the voice you heard introducing him as Tulsa's next mayor? It belongs to Dr. Tiffany Crutcher.
I am a descendant of a survivor of the Tulsa Race Massacre, Rebecca Brown Crutcher, who's no longer here, and she's rejoicing right now. The ancestors are rejoicing right now.
But what about the Tulsans who didn't give Nichols their vote?
We're going to have a heck of a 4 years changing the face of Tulsa, and we will do it with everybody, regardless of partisan affiliation.
He says there's still a big lesson he hopes Honor and the next generation can take away.
What I hope this election shows people is that you don't have to be from a legacy family. You don't have to be a millionaire. You got to have a vision, a plan. You got to love this community, and you got to go and you got to engage people. And if you do that, you can not only win an election, but you can change the trajectory of a community.
Nichols will be sworn in December 2nd. Oklahoma City has seen 38 mayors since 1889, a few of them winning re-election as well. None of them have been a person of color.
And we'd like to thank Oklahoma News Channel 4 for that report. We'd like to thank our chief correspondent. I said what I said for bringing and making that aware to me. Let me start this off with saying, first of all, congratulations to the mayor-elect of this wonderful of this place where we've been talking about. In growing up in Oklahoma and even in Tulsa, the Tulsa race riots, which caused a whole community of businesses and a whole community of history and vibrancy was burned down racially. And in this very space, even though we have not, we can say that the election was this and that and the other, there's a bright side. If we can't be happy for everyone, why can't we be happy for folks that make it? You know, some of us hating folks say, well, what does this mayor's race have to do and what's the significance? And briefly, I'll tell you what it means. That means that there's hope. Did you hear the young lady? Those of you that can view on YouTube, you saw it. But those of you that heard the young lady, even on the air with the audio, heard this little girl, 6 or 7 years old, sitting there talking about her history of her people. Her mother, an entrepreneur in the area where it was destroyed and burned down. People said, you may burn us down. And they've done it to us. Brother Lee already told us that they burned us down. They put the hoses on us. They put the dogs on us. We know what it is to be called out of our names. We know what it is to be drugged up and down the roads and the highways and the byways. But oh, look at us now. We're like phoenixes. We rise up out of the ashes and from the flame. What do y'all think about this here? I say what I say. You brought this to us, and what's your points on this wonderful event that happened in OKC and in Tulsa?
Well, James, it brought a bright spot to me, and that's why I was saying, even though we didn't get what we want, I still feel optimistic. And this is an example of why everybody put Agent Orange in office. They are afraid of us coming up. And slowly but surely, we are making strides and we are moving the needle. And I'm just ecstatic that he was able to win this election, although it took 100 years, for him to get it done. And so I would like to see this all across the country. I hope that he run his administration um, in an impeccable way so that he can be an example for the next young person, so that young people, like that baby was saying, the little girl, she know her history. Her mom has done a great job of teaching her history, and that's another thing that we as parents have to do. We have to teach our kids history, because history is not in the schools any longer. And so he can be an inspiration to others, to the children, because at the end of the day, um, the children are the ones who's going to be in charge. The next generation are the ones who's going to be in charge. And I'm glad to see that the next generation, we do have some people in the next generation that are concerned and want to be in charge and want to serve. And it doesn't look like, he just had one coalition. You had Caucasian women speaking about him. And so that's what it's all about. We all have to live on this earth, and in this we all have to live together, especially in America. America's a very diverse country, and the sooner everybody go ahead and swallow that pill and accept the fact that it's going to be a diverse place, the better off we'll all be. Because we're all different shades of colors and nationalities and ethnicities, but we all bleed red inside. If anybody go to the hospital, go onto the operating table and get cut up, everybody's gonna bleed red. And so we're a human race, and we need to stop focusing on what color you are or what nationality you are, because it really don't make a difference. Because it seems like no matter what color you are or who you are, we're all striving for the same thing. We're all striving just to make it. A lot of people want to be, as far as their finances go, they're reaching as high as they can reach. And some people just want this sense of gratitude, because some people just like to serve. everybody is not looking for money. Some people just want gratification. And so, we all just need to learn how to live with each other in America and strive to be the best that we can be, and also go be all that we can be, instead of fighting and pitting each other against each other and having biases against each other, and just saying, oh, well, they white people, or they Spanish people, or they Africans, or they Asians, and I don't want to be bothered with them. Well, you have to be bothered with them, because all those nationalities, everybody serves a purpose in America. And it's like I said, the sooner America accept that it's a diverse community and not just one race, I feel like the better off we will be. And I am ecstatic that this happened in Greenwood. That's great. I'm pretty sure the residents there probably felt like that, something like this would never happen. And look where it happened at, in a very red state. And so that's an example to let us know it can be done. We just have to come together and get it done. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they have all three branches of government, but they only have it for a limited time. We can come together just like Oklahoma did, just like Greenwood did, and we can put who we want to put in office and not who they want in office. And that's what I have to say about it.
Nonpartisan. This was a nonpartisan election. It wasn't no party. They didn't care whether you was yellow, red, blue, Democrat, yo, cat, rat, butter, rat. Brother Lee, they had an opportunity to vote for their honor his mayorship. That was terrible English. His honor the mayor, elect, 20-something years old, young man. Everybody's clapping. I didn't see any donkeys or elephants in the room. What's going on over there in Oklahoma from what you see from this report, Brother Lee?
Well, I will say this. Congratulations to the brother and the town, the city. I would say it only took 400 years. Several generations and many generations have passed away and didn't enjoy seeing this, didn't get an opportunity to see it. And we do cheer every time we see a black person make an achievement because it's so rare. We celebrate it like we've been freed from slavery because we don't see it. It's very rare. And that election shows you how racist this country is, because we celebrate something that Caucasian people don't celebrate, the white mayor in Oklahoma. They got a white mayor in Oklahoma. Do you think they celebrated the election? You think they celebrated the election in Ohio when that white person, that Caucasian, got elected? Do you think they celebrated the election in Idaho when that white person got elected? You think they put that on national news? You think they read the newspaper? You think they would even read that? Because it shows you how racist this country really is. They don't celebrate those achievements. To them, that's not an achievement. That's expected. That's how slow we have came. See, I may be the militant on this radio station. I be the one that speaks out, and not just speaks out. I speak a different slant to it. I put it out there, and I let you think about it.
Man, you speak your mind.
Let me finish, brother. You had your turn. Give me mine. And the thing is, this is what I'm saying, is that we talk about we want equal rights. Think about that. We want to be held at the same standards that they are. No, we don't. We want to set the equal rights. We want to be above. We want to set our standards for equal rights, not let them set the standards and then we try to achieve it. No, that's not the way it works. We don't want to chase the devil. We don't want to chase the people that put those laws into office, laws into effect, and we say, oh, I want to be treated like the laws they wrote. No. We want to write some laws that makes us and everyone else better than what we are, better than what the laws they set. That's their dreams about equality. We got to set our dreams for equality, and that's what I got to say.
Well, I wasn't disagreeing with you, Brother Lee. I was saying that from my vantage point, and even though we don't see this often, we don't see it a lot. I know that It could be, premature. What I feel that it shows is that in the right direction economically, we can tear a city up. We can go loot the store. They're not just us, people, poor people, period. People, period, that's fed up and angry. I feel where you're coming from. We do. I believe that. But I saw the economic development of a place that was in ruins that may not have had any spotlight shown on it, Brother Lee, as I was saying. I was looking at the backstory of it as seeing this young child steps up and say, I know at least this part of my history. I know a little bit about what was going on there and what was happening in around before my ancestors, my great grannies, or what have you, grandfathers and so forth, that may have been doctors, lawyers, descendants of those people that had those businesses. You know what I miss, Brother Lee, and I want to say this. I remember Black-owned stores. And you say, James, why do you keep saying? I say that because my community is destroyed. My community is destroyed, lack of knowledge, flight, all kinds of things that they dropped into our community that destroyed our community. We didn't have airplanes. We don't have plants, manufacturing plants to do these pharmaceuticals. We don't own the gun manufacturing. We don't own this. We don't own none of these things. They were saying at one time, and this is alleged, thank you for putting that banner up, it was some alleged information that I call reputable, but it is alleged that some train operation and train companies stopped purposely they knew where the guns were. Somebody gave somebody a tip on the streets where Winchester had a load of guns and ammunition, not just the guns, the ammunition that goes with the guns, and they stopped in certain neighborhoods. The trains, you see trains in your neighborhood and overhead, and especially in them viaducts high in Memphis and in Chicago, the trains they go over your head, or they got train crossings or whatever. But this train was parked, and they knew it, and they broke the seal off of it, got up in there and got all those guns, and those guns were let out on the street. They're not fooling anybody. But I look at this situation, Brother Lee, and I said what I said. I look at this and say, there is some hope, maybe, that we can start from where we are and move forward to where to a point where we are self-sufficient. We're back into the economic game. We got our own communication systems. We're doing what we do. I was talking, and I heard a guy on, and I'll tell y'all about this. I said what I said is back with us, I'm sure. There was a guy named Isaac Hayes III. His son has this app out, and I'm going to do some research on it. And it's a new way of coming. You know that we support Facebook, we support YouTube, Top Blog, all them other people too. But we have no way of communicating and having any way of social media with. We used to have those used to be something they used to have. But it never worked. And all of our attention is given over to these other people that we've made quadrillionaires. And Isaac Hayes III, I'm going to look him up and see if I can get him to come along with other people to talk about economics. But I wanted to just say, we got to start from somewhere. We got to recapture that self-sufficient attitude that, listen, folks, even though we're in this position, one, they can't get rid of us. Two, we're vital to this country. Believe it or not, we're still vital. Not as slaves or anything, but we're vital now. We're vital. We're in the best position ever, even politically, if we look at it. Ain't nothing going to move without us. You want our vote, you're going to have to give us something for it. Come on, I said what I said. I'm going to go to break in a little bit, or I'll go to break if you want me to.
Yeah, because we only have 1 minute. So, and then I'll speak after our break if you would like to do that.
Okay, this is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. I'm James Mack here with our panel. I said what I said, and Brother Lee, our chief course contributor. We're going to get deep inside of this, and we got a half hour to go. We're going to roll, and we're just going to pay some homage to the people that help us each and every day that we're on. You're listening to the Mack Man Morning Show, 92.7 on your FM dial, WKRA.
Ain't nothing wrong with getting your buddy on with Mack Man Morning Show very own Mr. Lee.
When I was a kid, Mama looked at you before you got in the stove. Said, look, I don't want no you don't put your hands on. You don't ask for shit. We ain't eating. We wait till we get home. But kids now, it's like, look, you know what you do, you know. He got a note saying that he's allergic to peanut butter. He's allergic to jelly. He's allergic to bread. He got gluten free. He gave me this. He gave me that. And then he got a note saying he got DDT, ADT, or Rivian, or whatever. He can stand on tables. He can do whatever he want to do. What kind of is that?
Attention WKRA listeners, if you would like to advertise on the Mack Man Morning Show, please leave a message at macmedia3@gmail.com.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
And we'd like to thank everyone that support our sponsors. We'd like to say good morning to Little Red of Big Reds down there in Clarksdale, Mississippi on Sunflower Avenue. That's 398, y'all, 398 Sunflower, right there on the corner from the Church of God in Christ Temple. You know, Coach just left here in this region. Those of you that know something about Memphis and conventions, and they do them people so wrong. I mean, they bring about 25,000-30,000 people, and they stay. Keep those comments coming, because I wasn't by the controls. If you can, I said what I said. And it's something how I see they spend money. They bring over $35 million. $35 million, folks, they bring to the coffers. All them high hotel rooms, they just lift up the prices and everything. And you know, the transportation is bad, and the police department is undermanned, and you got a convention coming, and we got that kind of money to move $30 million in 1 week. Them folks bring, not including all of the nicks and the necks and the paddywhacks. And the economy, and even in the digital age that we live in, and with all of the freelancing that we do, we're going to talk about, and I'm going to get the information on that new server so that we could be able to probably share some more information. It's going to get tight, folks. And if information can't get out, and if they try to suppress us from doing what we do, we're going to see what's going to happen. The freedom of the press is there. They ain't going to change the Constitution. They may put some amendments, or they probably try to tack something on or try to put some regulation on us. But we got to stand up for what's right. And like I said before, there was something else about the Twitter subscribers. I said what I said, our chief correspondent put inside here. I want to look at this. I didn't get a chance to, but I want to, it coincides with how we're going to get back to that Black Wall Street point of view of taking care of ourselves, making sure our doctors, our lawyers, the people that serve us are there to serve us, that industries are there to serve us. And we need grocery stores. There are grocery stores. All these grocery stores are closing in predominantly Black neighborhoods. They're saying that it's shoplifting. They're saying that it's other things. That they're not making any money. I know that in the Black neighborhood, when EBT and all the food stamps and the first of the month come around, they're making cash money. So they're not fooling me. But I want to look at, I don't feel bad for the Twitter man. I don't feel bad for him at all. If people are leaving, they need to leave a platform that's getting ready to endorse foolishness like it is. Let's talk about it on the other side.
Let's talk about, by the way, I have 238 followers on Blue Sky.
Okay.
Mark this down. It's an interesting world that we're like starting over in here.
Do I need to start Blue Sky?
And it's kind of fun. We'll talk about it in a moment. First, let's start with Spotify. Take an aim at YouTube. They want to be the place where you watch video podcasts. The company held their annual Now Playing event and announced two big moves. First, it will start paying podcast creators who get lots of views, and it will let paying subscribers watch video podcasts without ads. But keep in mind, that does not include what's called host reads. Those are the ads that hosts read themselves that are built into the shows. Now, according to Edison Research, YouTube is the top place for podcasts, with 31% of weekly listeners. Spotify has 27%. Apple Podcasts, surprise to me, 15% share. Video podcasts are particularly popular and continue to grow.
Cheap production.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly what it's all about. Some X users jumping ship to a new platform called Blue Sky. You might have heard of it in the past week or so. The open source social media platform says they've seen an influx of over 1 million users in the past week, bringing their total to 15 million users, so still low, but a good start. Many of those are fleeing X after the election. They're unhappy that owner Elon Musk used that platform to support President-elect Trump. Now, Blue Sky was originally created by former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey in 2019. It's been around for a while, but it was recently open to everyone. So it had to be invite only for many years. Now it's open to everyone. The decentralized platform lets you post text, photos, and more. You can also better customize what you see, and it's easy to take your data and move to another platform later. My initial thought on this is that, yes, people are going to it. Is it as big as something like Threads or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? No, but it's growing and there's a lot of sort of momentum behind it, and it looks just like Twitter.
Does it?
I was going to say, as someone who's kind of tiptoeing with it and trying to figure out if I want to make the switch, I think one of the things that people are concerned about on X is all the bots. And like if you say anything, you're like inundated with comments and stuff like that. And so my question is, does that exist on Blue Sky as well?
So there's a lot of controls to help you see exactly what you want to see and to cut out some of that stuff.
Okay.
So they just have a lot of controls. And they have these algorithm lists. You can like, I'm still checking it out, but it seems like you can tweak it a lot more.
Gotcha.
And it's open source, which I really like.
What does that mean?
It just means that it, like, not one person controls the whole thing.
Gotcha.
And it's like easy to move. I mean, it's very technical, but you can like start your own server and like kind of self-host. I know that means nothing to you guys, but it's just a lot like nerdier people kind of like the idea of how this is built. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
All right, just in time.
All right, we want to, the reason that I played that was because we're going to have to get some innovative ways of putting out information and inspiration. Let me tell you why. The man with the orange makeup says that he's going to be the head of the government. He's getting ready to get back in that seat. He has control over all the cabinets, all the bureaus and so forth and so on. The FCC, Federal Communications Commission, FCC, people that regulate licenses of broadcasting, whether it's a walkie-talkie transmission and receiving, so forth and so on. They're the ones that regulate that type of thing. And I think I said what I said, knows about the communications to all the communication workers of America that work hard to keep our communications well. We thank you, and we thank you very much. But now there was a problem because you had a monopoly of people. You had Twitter, you had these different Spotify, these services, these servers and people, YouTube, all of the servers. No, nothing against our YouTube audience or YouTube, but the outlets have like saying that they have a monopoly on the people, and there are no outlets. I heard about this new innovative service called Fan Base. If you heard about Fan Base, anybody put it in the chat if you heard about Fan Base. Fan Base is much like the others, but it serves a different purpose for us. Brother Lee's gone, he should be back. It would serve a purpose for us in communications, how we get out things. How do we get out the information that we need to get out? Have you heard of it? I said what I said, Fan Base.
Yes, James, I've heard about Fan Base. I haven't joined the platform because I feel like I have enough social media platforms. But I do plan on changing up on my platform. So you're absolutely right about a variety of choices that we have.
Well, the reason that I had said that was because the simple fact of the matter, and Brother Lee has returned back to us. The reason that I said that was because, because of the potential that we might have some kind of interruptions, somebody get mad about what I don't want to be. I hope that no censoring is coming. But while we have information like we have it, we have a social media editor here, and I wish I could, if Brother Ryan's in the bushes somewhere, or if he's listening, I wish he could come up. Ryan's our social media editor, and maybe he can shed some light, or we'll talk about it, because we got to know how to get the message out. We got to get our formula together about how we're going to get ourselves together and survive, because these shocks are coming, Brother Lee. There's going to be some earthquakes coming, and more than just tremors. And there's going to be an upset in the way of labor in the country. There are going to be people that they're talking about 80,000 the first rip that they're getting rid of. They're getting people already centrally located. But Brother Lee, I know technology is not everybody's best friend, but do you think we should seek other ways of getting out the information other than from the big three servers like YouTube and others?
Look, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about social media is everybody can do it. Even little kids can operate. 5-year-old kids, 3-4-year-old kids can get on a site, pay a few dollars. They know where to go to pay money off the phone. 4 and 5-year-olds, I saw them, and they download stuff, and they're just children, just babies. And so the thing that, and I like to say this, and I'm going to say this, the opportunities in social media is almost unlimited. There's a limit to everything, but I can't see the limit to this. It's so vast that it doesn't really, I can't even see the limit. The possibilities are tremendous. I tell people this all the time, and when they tell me, hey, well, I can't really, man, social media is, they just scratching the surface on what this thing can do. And we assume that places like YouTube and Twitter, and they started off very tiny, and then they grew, and now they're worth billions. And see, that's what we should be directing some of our attention, not all of it, some of it, on starting a Twitter. I mean, they got Black Twitter, whatever the heck they got. But I mean, the possibilities, not just for things like Twitter, there are things we can do that hasn't been thought up yet, that's still in its infancy. What we can do with social media it scares the life out of the network televisions. It scares the life out of YouTube and Twitter and all of them. They know the possibilities And they're letting you think that, well, you pay us, you come on here, you give us advertise, we put advertising, and they don't want you to explore the possibilities of what this social media thing can do. It's trillions of dollars. And then after they get to trillions, there's some number after that. And you can just, the possibilities of having access to something like that, see, they don't want to tell you that. See, when you go to those seminars and you listen to those programs, they don't want to tell you that there's no limitation to what you can do on social media. You don't need to go to Twitter. Black folks don't need to go to Twitter. They don't need to go to Black Twitter. They don't need to go to YouTube. They don't need, listen, they don't have any guardrails on social media. It's the wild, wild west out here. As much land as you can get in social media it's endless. It's endless. It's like who want a prospect out there? You go out there and do it. That's what I have to say.
You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. I'm James Mack, your host. I'm here with our panel. I said what I said. Our chief correspondent and Brother Lee, our chief contributor. And we were just dabbling into some things here, leading us as we go along, folks. Listen, dust yourself off, okay, and move forward, and let's get ourselves in a position where we're in the best position, I believe, as people, as everyday people. We're in the best position of life. One, like I said, our vote is not for sale. Two, that's over. I'm tired of even talking about it, but I know that local elections are coming up. There's some concerns that people have here in our region. Also in other places, they have some concerns. You know, we talk about sometimes we talk about our international story that we have, because it is international. God knows they're making fun of that poor lady each and every day, but that's a horse of another color. But if you want to go to the evening show, the Mack Man After Dark, you can understand what I'm talking about a certain leader we're not talking about this morning. But I'm saying I want to ask a question, if I might, and I'll move forward with this. With the possibilities that we have, what can we as broadcasters, creators, so forth and so on, those of us that are in media of whatever the kind is, do you think that our influence can spread with these things getting ready to happen? I said what I said. Do you think we'll have an influence on helping people, that they'll listen to us, or that they'll start to listen to us?
I feel like it's a great opportunity for us to come together, come up with our ideas of what solutions we want to have, and really to formulate a plan on how we're going to take over the House. And as far as us voting for local elections, I feel like it'll be a great outlet for us to inform the American public of who's running for office and for them to do research. Also, I kind of disagree with what Lee is saying as far as social media go. I feel like social media is a platform to where you can make it be whatever you want it to be. Yes, it's a lot of conspiracy theories on there. It's a lot of mess on there. It's a lot of fakeness on social media. But also social media is a new way of being an entrepreneur. So anything that you're selling, anything that you want to get out to the public, well, social media is your platform to do that. And what you're doing is you're able to cut out the middleman. You don't need advertisers to advertise your product. As far as social media go, you can do it yourself. You don't need marketing when it comes to your product, because you can market your own product on social media. You can brand your own product on social media. I've been on TikTok, and I've seen a lot of people
But
launch.
we do need commercials, though. They do. Well, marketing is several things. We do need marketing.
Well, I'm not saying that. Hold on a sec, Lee. I'm not saying that we don't need commercials, but what I am saying is back in, prior to social media, if you started your own company and you wanted to launch your product, the word of mouth was really your social media, right? Especially if you didn't have the budget to pay somebody to put an ad on TV for you. And if you didn't have the budget to market your own product, the only advertisement you had was word of mouth. So that's basically what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't need ads, because if you're on social media and you have enough followers, as you heard on the video, they're going to pay you to be on the podcast. These social media platforms pay you to talk and say whatever and do whatever you want to do. As long as you have a certain amount of followers, they're going to pay you to do it. They're going to launch their own ads, and then they're paying for the advertisers, not you. And so I'm not saying you don't need advertisers, but what I'm saying is you can use social media to launch your product without a big overhead for you, for your costs. It's basically what I'm trying to say. And I want to say one thing about these three branches of government that this guy is going to be in charge of. Whatever is good for the goose is going to be good for the gander. And so what we need to do is whatever plan and law that they implement, let's just make sure we take full advantage of it too. Yeah, they may make the law for a certain group of people, but one thing about laws, if it's good enough for one person, it's good enough for you also. And so we need to take full advantage of whatever they're implementing. Let's just use the pows, for an example. In my state, anybody can, it's an open carry state, but everybody don't take advantage of that. So if they can open carry, then you can too. So, and that's what I mean on that when I say that. So whatever laws that they create or whatever rules that they create, we just got to make sure that we take full advantage of the laws that they're implementing as well. We don't have to just let it be for one certain sector of people. We can do just like they did. Remember in the 70s, they were upset because the Black Panthers took advantage of the open carry law. And so they tried to put some guardrails on it in California because they did just what I said. What was good for the goose was good for the gander, and they didn't like it too much. And so that's what I have to say about that.
Well, I should rebuttal what Sister said because she directed something toward me and what I said. Here's the thing. I don't think she was listening. Maybe you was you pulled yourself away from the phone, because what I said was what you said. It was not what I said. I didn't say not going on social media. I said the possibilities of social media is unlimited. I did not say that to get off of social media. Maybe you thought I said that, but I didn't. I stressed social media is the way to make trillions of dollars, if not a gazillion dollars. That's what I said. Now, you may heard that I said get rid of social media or we don't need it. But no, I spoke up and said social media is one of the wild, wild west where we it's wide open. We can create things that never been created. We don't have to follow what they did on Twitter. We can come up with our own concept about what social media should be. See, sister, I am not saying that we should get rid of social media. We should downplay social media. Social media is not the answer. I never said that. I said the possibilities of social media is unlimited. I said we have just begin to scratch the surface of social media. That's what I said, my sister. So when you say that I've said not that Lee saying social media is not the way. No, that's not what I said. You can ask some of your listeners what I said. I think they were listening, because this is what I said. Social media is an unlimited resource for us. It's the perfect vehicle for getting information out. That's why I said network news, the TV networks are trembling. The Twitters are trembling. The YouTubes are afraid of us because of our imagination. We could take things that never been, they could throw, like you throw a can down on the ground. We pick that can up and come up with something that everybody can use to make their life better. That's what I have to say.
You're listening to wait a minute, hold on, let me give an ID. You're listening to WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. Good morning to all of you that are here. I am having a wonderful day with all of this. I said what I said, our chief correspondent and Brother Lee, our chief contributor. We're here and they can continue with the conversation. Go ahead in our waning minutes. I said what I said.
Okay. Well, I apologize, Lee. I thought you was making the inference that, social media was just a bunch of noise and that, it was a bunch of nonsense. It's basically what I was hearing you say. But I just wanted to say that, social media has created a lot of entrepreneurs, and it is a great tool if you use it the correct way. But it's just like anything else. You can use it for good or you can use it for bad, in my opinion. And some people have did that. And some people have used it for business. Some people use it just to rant and rave. Some people use it just to pit people against each other. We even here on our show, sometimes we have bots come in here and troll us and try to, disrupt our program or what have you. And so all I'm saying is social media can be your friend if you want it to be. It can make you money if you want it to be. But it's just like anything else. It's all about what you make out of it. And so I do apologize for misunderstanding what you were saying. But I just wanted to make that point that social media is just like anything else. You can use it for good or bad.
Well, that's wonderful. This is WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial. This is the Mack Man Morning Show. We are here each and every weekday morning starting at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Right here on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial, streaming live each and every day. Also on YouTube, the Mack Man Morning Show YouTube page. Like and subscribe to us. If you're here, the best way you can help us is to like and subscribe. Come on back each and every day. We got something new each and every day for you. We had a great series on this week with I Said What I Said and Brother Lee. You know something, and in parting, and not really imparting, but something I'd like to just leave. Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay. I want to leave with you. I want to first of all say congratulations to the Mack Man Morning Show, our Mack Man Morning Show team. We have surpassed 300. Yes, folks, we got 300 subscribers. I need 200 more. Can I get 200 more for Christmas? But I'm so happy. Thank you all for your hard work. To all of our moderators, to all of our new people. Paula, we welcome you here. You're part of that 300 too. Last night, the Mack Man After Dark, they helped us to surpass the 300 mark. They had a wonderful show with a wonderful panel of people, and Mack Man After Dark is a wonderful thing. I like all that they're doing, and I take my hats off to I Said What I Said, the host of that particular program. And we just wonder, it's just an opportunity for us to just spread our wings. Just like Brother Lee was saying, we got opportunity to do so much with what we have. And we're going to look forward to doing what we have to do for the future. I believe things are going to be good for us if we help each other and get this word out, what we need to get out to the people. Listen, feel free to support our show. You can support us right here at, you can send us a Cash App. We're not monetized. It takes a lot to do what we do, but I'm grateful to our wonderful team. I Said What I Said, our chief contributor, Brother Lee. Hey, I'm just happy just to have an opportunity to just be here each and every morning. I want to say also, look forward next week. We got some interesting things coming up next week. Also, there's going to be some special broadcasts on next week as I'm getting ready to go on assignment. And I know that we're going to have a wonderful show. I'll check in and let you all know. So for everybody, Dr. J, our executive producer, Ryan, our social media editor, I said what I said, our chief correspondent and our chief contributor, Brother Lee. We'll see you on next week on the Mack Man Morning Show right here on WKRA 92.7 on your FM dial every weekday morning. But we'll see you on next week. Have a wonderful weekend.